Hello, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're doing a coaching session for Jolty, so special thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. Anyone else that would like a coaching session out there, if you're watching this, it's just $25 on stream or $20 off stream. If you are a channel member through PayPal or the YouTube membership system, then it's $5 off. Or actually, the YouTube membership, not $5 off. If you do it through PayPal, then it's $5 off. And just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com if you have any questions about that. Also have a link to my coaching playlist here, so if you want to watch me do more coaching sessions, you can do that as well. Okay. So you're probably just going to farm off here for the first few levels. Head Carthage jungle, so shouldn't be too much gank pressure early. You could try to like throw a Q at him or something, you know, try to QE him just to use some mana. It's probably not going to make a huge deal, but you could try to get a QE in there, see if you can get some auto attacks in. He's playing pretty scared. So I would just use something in your mana pool here, either like use your mana to push with your Q a little bit, or try to harass him, just so you're not like sitting at full mana, you know. So yeah, Anivia's not like the most, like, the craziest early game, you know, harassment mid laner, but you should still try to do something, especially at this elo bracket. I think in chat, you just said this was bronze. So yeah, I mean, usually if you just get up and show any kind of aggression, then sometimes people just don't know what to do and they just fold. Yeah, and I maybe would have tried to push him in. I am interested in the Predator build. I mean, we both know that's not kind of the standard. Talk a lot on the channel. It's probably common. It's what most people do. But I do like the idea of Predator to help you get back to lane and to rotate, but you got to make some good rotations with it. That build should also give you like really nice sustains. That's even more reason to try to trade in the lane with this Ezreal, because he's not going to have much sustain outside of Klepto procs. I know you probably don't want to give him Klepto procs also, but you know, I think you could still sneak in an auto attack every now and then here, especially if you thin the wave out with some spells. So I would try to be a bit more proactive in the laning phase, even if it's just a couple of autos, and just throw in a Q. Even if you miss it, I'd still just like to see you throw it, you know? Just try to show some kind of presence, some kind of aggression, or at least push him, right? Like either harass him or push him and back up, just to make him miss some CS under tower or get some damage on the tower. But I think that just like, you know, just passively farming really far in the back and allowing him to slow push you is not what you want to be doing, because he's not that dangerous. You know, if you were playing against someone who was like hyper aggressive early, that was like a really good Cassiopeia or something, maybe you know, I could, or if you were really scared of like a level 2 gank from Camille or something, you know, I could see maybe playing this far back, but I don't know. I think especially at this bracket, like, trying to get any kind of harass whenever you can is probably a good way to go. I would definitely go for Ravenous Hunter. You're saying you're not sure if you went in Ingenious Hunter, Ravenous. Definitely 100%. Ravenous Hunter. Like, the sustain is so great, and that allows you to make some of these trades in the lane. You do have a pretty good farm. Which do you have here? I didn't see it. You backed with 1,800. Would you end up getting tier? Or no, you probably got like, what, Catalyst Boots or something? Tier Sapphire. I would have like definitely gotten boots there, I think, so that you could make use of Predator and save your teleport. Because now you're like, you're not going to get to do anything with Predator for the, you know, the first 10 to 12 minutes of the game, probably before your next back. So I would have definitely, like, you have to get boots if at all possible on your first back if you're going Predator anybody. Just, you can even use the Predator to run back to lane, you know? So you can save your teleport, and then your Predator will be up, you know, every couple of minutes, and then that allows you to, like, push in and make those, like, roaming plays to side lane. So I would have definitely gotten boots there. Also, boots are really important for Anivia in general, just because, as you know, she's really slow. And you need to be able to dodge, like, Ezreal Qs and things like that. Yeah, the Anivia background music, or the backing music's pretty cool. Someone's asking, like, if you go Mercs on Anivia. No. You need to go Sorks every time. You're already going to be able to get an Hourglass somewhere in the build. You know, like, 3rd or 4th item, depending on where Karthus is, like, how fed Karthus is. But that'll be your way to get out of a Karthus hole. People are commenting about Anivia's speed in the chat, like... I think Anivia could use some buffs, for sure. She has a really old school design. She has a pretty interesting kit. I just think that, like, she needs some quality of life. Like, if she moves slow like that, I think that it should be easier to hit her Q. Or it should cost less mana, or, you know, something like that. Like, make the Q move a bit faster. Or just lower the mana cost on an ult, something like that. Because right now, like, the thing with Anivia overall in terms of balance, and I'm sure you're aware of this, is you have to have 2 mana items and blue. And that's just ridiculous. Like, no champion should require that much mana. And it's like, you got 3,000 mana? Nope, not good enough. You're going to be you know, in the first X number. Yeah. I agree that Catalyst is probably correct here, but I feel like there's some way you could have squeezed in boots. Not this back, but the previous back. And, like, maybe just bought 1 control ward and no potions. He's really not pressuring you that hard. And you should have double sustain off of Ravenous and Taste of Blood. No, just push lane. Give that up, give that up. You can't contest this. Kha'Zix screwed up. They get free dragon. You should just be pushing this in. You need to put down these control wards, like drop 1 here or something. Yeah, I mean, you can use that stacking thing, but, like, Froggen, you gotta remember, Froggen is playing in Challenger Elo against people who are very aggressive in the laning phase and junglers that will really abuse Anivia's immobility in the mid lane. Like, in Bronze, I think you're best off just pushing, just ward and just push, because they're gonna miss a lot of CS under tower, too. Like right there, he just missed both of those CSs, Ezreal. That's why I'm saying, like, you should just push in and just back up and roam. Like, you know, it's good to watch pros. You know, obviously people that are known for one-tricking champions like Anivia, but some of the stuff they're doing, like, you have to think carefully about why are they doing that. Like, why is Froggen trying to use his wall to, like, stack up a huge wave of minions and farm right here? It's because people are going to abuse him a lot more in the laning phase. Or this Ezreal is, like, so scared.
Killing spree.
I think you can just go up and just crush him. It's like the same thing. If you see boosters, right? People aren't boosting playing, you know, Scion, or they aren't boosting playing, you know, like these champions that are good in, like, high-level play. You don't see people boosting playing Tahm Kench, right? Because the rules are different up top. You see people who are boosting, you know, playing stuff like Riven. Playing, like, these super dangerous champions that scale really hard and can abuse people who miss position. Now, sometimes there's overlap in that, but I'm just saying, like, it's good to watch the pros, but at the same time, like, you need to be thinking, why are they doing that, and does that make sense in the type of game that I'm playing? You still don't have boots? It's like 12 minutes, man. You got it. Did you forget about the boots? Like, you got to get boots if you're going to take Predator. 100%. It should have been boots before Negatron. I really don't like Negatron here either. What are you going to go Abyssal Mask? I think you suggested that for me yesterday. One thing you have to understand is that, like, Abyssal Mask, the range on the reduction is like 350. So you're never going to be in range for that if you're positioning correctly. Karthus is like not even that fed. He's got 2 kills. I don't know. I really don't like getting Negatron there. I think you need to get Rod of the Ages so that you do damage. I mean, Anivia has amazing AP ratios. If someone gets slowed, then she's got like a 1.0 AP ratio. Yeah, I really don't like Abyssal Mask. I just don't think you can afford it. Like, you're just gonna have to have damage. I see it's AP, but like, you gotta kill people too at some point. I just think you're just wasting so much. Like, if you really had to have, you know, magic resist, then like maybe Mercury Treads or something, but like, you're paying too much. I'd rather see like Adaptive Helm or something if you're that worried about it. I really don't like Abyssal because I'm pretty sure, I don't know the cost efficiency offhand, but I'm pretty sure you're paying probably like at least 500 gold for that passive, if not more, the thing where you do extra damage if you're close, and she's just never going to use that.
Rampage.
I mean, I think Anivia can win. I don't think it's impossible to win as Anivia, but like, I see what you're saying. Like, you know, Magic Resist does have some extra value here. Yeah, get that stun, you got it, right? He got it. He almost flashed it because he didn't have enough damage though, but he failed his flash.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
God. I think it's like 2,900. Do all that math off my head. It's like 350 health is, I don't know. We can do it after. I think 350 health is like 900 HP and 350 mana is probably like 900 gold. Then probably 700 for the mana. So you're getting like 1,600 gold value off of that.
Unstoppable.
Rough estimation. 55 magic resist is probably like 900 gold, 800 or 900 gold. So what's that? It's like 2,400, maybe 2,400 gold, 2,300. Cooldown, 10% cooldown reduction is like 266. So yeah, I mean, it's probably, like I said, probably about 400, 500 gold for the passive that you're just not going to use. Whereas Rod, on the other hand, is 2,700 gold and is its cost, and then when it's fully stacked, it ends up being like 4,000 gold in value. It's like one of the most efficient AP items out there. It's like 156% gold efficient when it's stacked. Okay, well, you got the heal off of him. You might like Lissandra. Lissandra's pretty good. I do think that Anivia can be done. I just think that, like, your itemization, particularly given like the runes that you got here, you could definitely optimize that and help you out. Nice. I miss the old where you could start your ult and then immediately eat them. I think that was the thing that was the nail in the coffin for Anivia. I wish they'd bring that back, where you didn't have to like charge it up. It just requires too much setup. It's like she already pays such a heavy price for what she does. I never thought she was a huge problem in pro play to begin with.
Red team
So yeah, if it came down to having magic resist, I'd rather see it go Mercs. If you have to feel like you have to get something like that, Mercs plus Abyssal. You gotta expect also, if you have a team on your team, you know, the dude's probably gonna be worth it. Like later on in the game especially, and so you have to compensate for that by, you know, sticking to a damage mode on a damage champ, you know. Kha'Zix is having a hard time too. I mean, no one else is gonna be able to carry this. You gotta have the heavy damage.
Red team triple kill.
Yeah, you gotta hold till you get back up. You don't want to get him attacked. Yeah, pretty much everybody's failing. Like you gotta put them on your back, play some damage. Yeah, I mean you could play other champs, but you know, for a coaching session, just for people that are telling him to play other champs in chat, it's like, but he wants to learn how to play Anivia better. Right? He's not giving me a coaching session for Malzahar. He's not giving me a coaching session for Lissandra. Do I think those champions are probably better than Anivia a lot of times? Sure, but you can still win with Anivia. And that's, you know, why I'm coaching for Anivia. I mean, I just think, you know, sometimes I talk about other alternatives someone might like, but at the same time, I try to give them the commentary, you know, help them do the best they can for the coaching session. So it's not just like, play another champ, that champ sucks, you know, that type of thing. Even if maybe that's true, I still think that Anivia, like, you can win with her. I think there are better choices, but it's not impossible. But some people just like to play certain champions, you know.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, Vlad's good mid. I mean, all right, what do you got here? Wall him in, okay. Hit the blast plant, blast him over the pit. Now, you could have blasted Ezreal over the pit, or you could have blasted Karthus back into you. Okay, nice. How can you win when the enemy's team's so fed? We do it all the time. Especially in bronze, people are gonna throw, like they're gonna chase kills, they're not gonna get objectives, like, you can still win. I mean, you're not favored to win. Like, comebacks are definitely possible. I mean, think about it the other way around, you know. Have you ever seen your team lose when they had a huge lead? I know I sure have. So, it's just that in reverse. It's just the enemy team can do the same thing that I'm sure everyone's experienced on your team, where you're up like, you know, 6 towers and 20 kills in your team throws because some guy, you know, refuses to group or gets mad at someone else for taking his farm and like goes AFK in the fountain or disconnects and never comes back for 20 minutes. You know, there's so many different ways that people can throw with their leads, aside from just getting outplayed. You know, just face checking bushes when they shouldn't, or just mispositioning in team fights. A lot of times, if you can just make it to like 35 minutes, just whoever wins that fight wins the game. You know, you can just make it to 35. Bait Baron in a bush, kill him, get there and win. Look at that. The Galio is basically just standing still, letting 2 people beat him. Like, this game's definitely winning. Yeah, but it does, Jolty. I mean, you know, I get frustrated when I have a lot of tough teams too, but it does balance out over time. It's just, we just don't remember it as much. This one, I think definitely, you know, you've been playing pretty well. You're up 50 CS, but like I said, I think you could have harassed him earlier. I think you could have gotten boots and roam a lot earlier, especially with Predator. To help out some of these side lanes, or at least steal some farm from the enemy jungle, you know, something. So like, you just gotta carry hard. As I say on stream a lot, you know, if you're just performing about average as everybody else, or just like even slightly above average, like it's not gonna be enough. You gotta make up for the deficiencies of other people on your team. That's just how it is. You know, does a normal high school player get to play like at a Division I school or college? No. Only the really good ones do. Does, you know, a normal college basketball player get to play in the NBA? No. Does a normal NBA basketball player get to play at All-Stars? Nope. So it's the same thing in League of Legends. You know, if you want to move up, you can't be normal. That's how it is in a lot of things in life, you know. If you want to move up in whatever it is you're trying to do, you can't be like everybody else. You got to be better. That's the same thing as carrying. That's the concept. So, I don't know. Like, people get shocked in League. They're like, oh my god, you know, like, my teammates are so bad. They're so much worse than I am. It's like, well, they should be if you're intending to climb. Noticing that is kind of the first step, but the next step is noticing what you can do. Improve. Let me see what you were doing. Would I coach any game? I mean, like non-league game? I mean, if you want to donate for it, yeah. I can't promise I'll like know what I'm talking about. If you want me to coach like a StarCraft game or something, but in fact, I can almost guarantee you that I won't know what I'm talking about. I haven't played StarCraft in a long time, but you know, do whatever you want for money as long as you understand like what my limitations are. And you're cool with that, then sure. Actually, it has. I can't buy the game for it. That would defeat the purpose. You know, if I have to buy a $60 game to coach, you know, a $20 coaching session, you'd have to buy me the game too. If it's a free game, sure, but yeah, that'd take a lot of research, and I'd have to buy the game. I haven't even played StarCraft 2 in like 7 or 8 years. Like, if you ask for that, it would have to be for entertainment purposes only. Oh, StarCraft's free to play now? I mean, if you wanted to do it for, like, entertainment purposes, but I'm not going to do enough research to, like, know. It would take lots and lots and lots of research. Anyways. Yeah, they just got killed while you were rotating through the jungle. I didn't see your back timing. I assume you probably back to finish Archangels at that point.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team slain.
So there's not much you could do about that. It's possible you could have TP'd in for a flank. We'll just move on though. I think they were probably all dead. Okay, nice. Can you do him? You're too far out. Stay closer. Nice. I think you're running way too far out at a certain point, you know, like, try to get in some autos or something every now and then, because they really weren't on you. They were on other people. Just see if you can get a couple of autos in there.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
No, you can't do it without Saber. Yeah, just come up here and push this out. I think you're... I think that's too safe. I think Mask plus Zanya's is too safe. I think this should have been working towards a death cap. Or like, a Leandre's or something. There's not a specific, like, path to become a mod. I basically just recruit mods, people that are here a lot, and make good contributions, and I just need extra help. Pretty much. I try not to get that many mods. Yeah, I mean, y'all should have this. Just watch out for the cannon. You did get sub control wards early, but like, you definitely need some these days, because you have to zone cannon with your wall or with your Q. Auto attack this thing. You just kind of running in circles. I know you don't have much mana, but at least autos add up, you know? Like, I would have just stood right here and just auto attacked, and then if cannon runs in, just like wall it off with your Q or something. I mean, I'll say there are plenty of people that I could make mods that would be great mods on the channel, right? Like people that have been here a long time that always say, you know, good stuff and help people out. I just haven't done it, 'cause I'm just keeping the mod, you know, number relatively low. As long as we have someone that's pretty much, like, at least one of those people are on, one of the mods are on, you know, we really don't need more than that. No, there's not a list. As of course I have like a mental like awareness of people that are here a lot that are like pleasant to hang out with in the chat that are helping people out. Like I know, everybody knows.
Shut down.
But it's like, what I'm saying is, even if people meet the threshold for what I would consider to be a good mod, I still don't extend that invitation usually unless there's a need for it. Yeah, sure, Drail. I can do a, a coaching session for anything that you want. As long as you're clear about like who I am and what I can contribute, or if you're not clear about that, you can email me and ask me if you have a very specific thing in mind. But yeah, I can do anything you want. Do a topic. I can do a certain aspect of the game. Whatever you want. I will say I do have like coaching sessions I do on the spot, like during a stream, usually. Like the guides, there's still several guides. I'm kind of behind on the guide. I still have like 4 or 5 other like topical guides I can do, which I'm trying to catch up with those. It's just so hard. I'm trying to get them. What is the light things that always damage the champions? It could be Karthus' Q or his. Are you talking about Karthus' ultimate? Like the stuff that like stays on top of people? That's Karthus' ult. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, watch out for flanks. Nice. See, I don't remember who was saying, like, game's over, there's no way you can win. Like, they're back in this game. I mean, this game is still, like, winnable by either team right now, even though they're behind early. Pretty much, like, every game just about is winnable, especially in Bronze. Like, people are going to make so many mistakes. You just have to spot them. Like, the biggest thing is taking advantage of it. That's the major thing I notice when I do a lot of Bronze and like silver replays is like people just don't abuse the mistakes that enemies make. People just let them get away with it. Like if they miss a skill shot, they don't look to trade anything back or like get aggressive. You got to make them pay a price for everything you're doing. So that means that you can get back in the game if you make mistakes. They're not going to punish you either as much as often. What do you got? Death cap? I'd probably go Leandre's here. You could also go like Void Staff, but they don't have that much magic resist. Leandre's is also better against tanks, but Leandre's gives you health as well. I just think that Leandre's is a better North 55 view at this point. Given sort of what's going on here. Oh god. Wait, how? This Karthus just got hyper-fed in the last 2 minutes. Yeah. Well, it looks like Kha'Zix is just like jumping in and trying to kill people, and then they're all like grouping up. You gotta watch out for that Nico. I think the Nico is pretty much what wrecked you guys. If Nico didn't get that ult off, I'm pretty sure y'all would have probably gotten a inhibitor off of that. How can you counter Yasuo? It depends on the champion you're playing. I mean, he's going to be really good against some champions. You just have to wait on health, potentially, from the jungler. If you don't get it, You just got to go down in CS and just look for opportunities later. Depends on which mage, though. Some mages can fight it back. It's gonna be very difficult to team fight them right now. I think y'all like the window is kind of closed. I mean, and no, don't run in the middle of that. No, you had to stay in the back and like try to wall them off here. Back up. I assume that's probably that's not game. It's gonna be rough. Let's look at this again. Okay, Galio's bottom, so it's not a bad time to go, but that's too hard. Yeah, you can't go that far against, like, Cannon and, what's her name? Like, you gotta hang out and, like, wait on them to use their stuff. And just, like, try to wall people off. So you should have tried to stay, like, right here. And then when Cannon tries to roll up here or something, you just wall him in, and then just, like, hold him and try to kill him that way. Like, you can't run into melee combat against, you know, Karthus, Kennen, and Nico. Too much AoE.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Red team has slain the
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's gonna be hard to team fight him. I mean, the problem is, like, you can't really split push either. You do have several champs on your team that fall off, you know, like the Sivir, like the Kha'Zix, if they don't come really far ahead. But at the same time, you know, like I said earlier, I think you could have pressured a lot harder in the lane. I think you definitely could have gotten boots earlier and Rod, which would have given you a lot more power. I would have just gone like tier, Rod, Death Cap. And then later on, if you need to get some magic resist, you know, you could get something like a Banshee's Veil. Or Zanya's or something after that. I don't know. I think it was just like, it was too much defense and too much safety early. Especially like the way that Ezreal was playing. Like I said, he was playing so scared and so far back in the lane that I think just pushing it in, especially against a Karthus who's not going to gank you that much early, just drop a control ward in that bush and just like constantly push him in.
Shut down.
And just go for the, you know, the deletion. Because the thing is, like, it maybe, like, yeah, at this point, it's going to be difficult to win this game. Right, because Karthus is hyper-fed, Cannon's fed. You know, they just, and Nico's fed. They have so much team fight, it's going to be really hard to win. But, like, if you close it out a little bit earlier, which is hard to do as Anivia, I know, because you have to get double stacking items, but I think if it was Rod, and I think if you got the Predators online earlier to roam, I just don't think you can go Predators, you know, and not get boots until 15 minutes. Like, if you go Predators, it has to be, like, first back your boots. It's, like, tier boots. But, like, yeah, I mean, you have the best KDA, you're out-farming the Ezreal by 140. Like, your stat line looks really good, like I said, but... And it is hard. You know, everyone else is failing, like, really hard in this game, but... I think he would have had better opportunities. Like, I think he could have gone even harder. You know? Could have carried even harder. Which is like, should you have to do that? Once again, is it fair that you should have to do that? Well, if you want to climb, you know, that's what it is. Especially if you're playing something that's like, you know, a little bit of a specialty pick, a little niche, a little off meta, you know, you're just going to have to go even harder a lot of the times. Okay, nice. There we go. Back up. This is gonna be really tough. I think honestly, like your best chance is like you need to get more control wards and just hang out in a bush and just try to kill them from a bush. I think that's about it right now. It's just I don't think you can win team fights, and I don't think you can win splitting right now. It's gonna be really, really hard. Because Karthus is guaranteed damage. Cannon, especially if his flash is up, is likely gonna, you know, just delete a lot of people on your team. Teemo's worthless. Kha'Zix is worthless. Like, the team comp's just real rough, like, for sure. So like I said, you could have done that stuff earlier, but like right now, I think you got to try to just press. Okay, it's a nice hit. Okay, maybe you can hold. Maybe against the world. Maybe it does have good wave clear. Can you wall that cannon when he's like running in? Let me see. I know he's got the. Banshee failed. He probably flashed though. Okay, your wall was already down on the Galio. That was probably the right thing to get that Galio. Yeah, he's flashed in. Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do with that. I'm gonna go get there now. I mean, yeah, people in chat are pointing out, yeah, bot lane's feeding hard, sure. But, like, you know, that's just going to happen in some games, you know. Like, you got to focus on stuff you could do. Like, it's okay to be frustrated in the moment. Yeah, would I be frustrated in this game? Sure, absolutely. But, like, you know, when you're going back and, like, trying to look at it, you know, objectively to see, like, how to win, you just got to focus on how to get your percentage. It's all about improving your percentage chance to win. You're not going to win them all. You know, you could play an absolutely perfect game. You could have bought Rod. You could have been way more aggressive early on. You know, there's a lot of stuff you could have done to help out with that we pointed out. And you could still lose, but your percentage to win would be better. So if you played the same match, you know, over and over again 100 times, you would win more of them. Like, that's ultimately what you're going for, is like, how do I get the highest percent chance to win, even if I don't actually win? Because that stuff does pay off over time, you know. It just isn't going to pay off every time. How does that keep killing him? I guess it's the Dark Harvest. It's like he's delayed kills on the Karthus and he doesn't have Beyond Face. I don't think that. Maybe it was the Dragon Burn. Probably Dragon Burn. Hey, what's up, DM? We're checking out a Jolty replay coaching session for people on the stream. Man, this is a long game. And then we're gonna go back and do some more ranked. Yeah, I think y'all gotta back up. Get 3 inhibitors down. Just push up. Like, I wouldn't push up further than the first jungle entrance. Yeah, you went Void. I'd probably go Leandre's. I mean, Void's fine. It's not bad, but what is this Thresh build? What? Static Shiv, ZZ Rot, Nashor's Tooth. I don't know. I mean, you can't do anything about that stuff, though. You could ask him to buy certain items. But hey, man, can you get us like a redemption and lock it or what? Sometimes it's always the risk to do that. Hey, congrats, Megan. That's awesome. Alright, so, you know, the biggest thing is I want to see you be a lot more aggressive in the laning phase. Even if it's like, you know, like I said, Anivia or something. If you sense fear in them, which I was definitely smelling some fear on that Ezreal, just go up, just see if you can get some autos, just throw some Qs, just use some mana. I think you were at full mana pretty much for the first like 3 or 4 levels. If you want to run Predator, I'm open to the idea of Predator on Anivia, but you got to make roams. I don't think you roam to a side lane you know, in the mid game. And you got to get boots early. I think you're really committing to a tier boots back. So, you know, as soon as you get 1150 gold, you have to get tier boots back. Then you can Predator back into lane, or you can teleport into lane, save your Predator, push when you're 6, and then rotate with Predator to a side lane. Either way, I think you got to get the boots and the Predator online early. I don't know if you went Ravenous or not, but I would definitely go Ravenous in the laning phase. Taste of Blood Ravenous. Eyeball Collection. Then secondary, you probably have to go, I don't know. I mean, I was going to say you have to go like Mana Flow, Gathering Storm, but maybe there's a world where you could go Materializer, Cosmic Insight. You probably still have to go Mana Flow and Gathering Storm, but I would definitely be a lot more aggressive. I would get your Predator online early. I would not get Abyssal. You have your Egg also against the Karthus ult, you know, later in the game. And in a lot of fights, in most of the fights, you were doing a pretty good job of positioning in the back and not getting caught. So you're just like wasting a lot of potential damage. You know, you could have had 100 more AP, which is a huge deal, you know, off of Rod. And you were surviving so much anyways, like you had excess survivability. So if you wanted to get a defensive item, you know, I would have gone Rod, and then maybe as like 3rd item after you get, you know, Archangels, Rod going, and then Sork Boots. Maybe you can go Banshees or something like that, I think would be a little more appropriate. And then just like Death Cap, Leandre's. But yeah, you have Egg. If you wanted to go Hourglass, you could get Hourglass to stop the Karthus ult, but that's like, that's too many layers of defense and not enough offense, you know, to have your Egg, and then also to go Abyssal, and then Hourglass. It's just way too many layers of defense. Transcendence, Mana Flow. Okay, that's fine. I mean, Gathering Storm starts to get pretty good at 20 minutes and really good at 30 minutes, but the thing is, you don't really need your cooldowns that much, because a lot of your cooldowns are really low. That's my experience with it. Okay, and then you wanted me to look at your op.gg really quick. Okay, but anyways, that'll be it for the coaching session. So thanks everybody for tuning in. The stream's going to continue. That's just it for the coaching. Anyone that would like coaching themselves, you can email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. It's just 25 on stream, 20 off stream. If you're a PayPal member, which I'll have a link in the description if you want to join in on that, then it's $5 off. If you're a PayPal member, you can also join us Sundays for normals. I just play with a lot of other members of the channel. It's a lot of fun. We try out different stuff, play as a team, have a good time. That's every Sunday night. You can play, all month for just $5, and then you get to join our awesome Discord, get the discount on coaching or guides, and Mr. Magpie does a $10, light competition every month, $10 RP. So, anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see everybody next time.